Welcome back to another video on my channel. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone is doing well as we look ahead to the CHAN 2022. Yes, I know it's called 2022, but it's being played in January 2023. It was delayed by a year, just like everything else was, as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. Hence why it's been playing this January. So the first opening game is going to be Algeria, the host, against Libya, in a hopefully packed, sold-out crowd. I think it's sold out. I think it may have, in the Nelson Mandela Stadium. What an occasion that this is going to be for Algerian football. We've got a brand new stadium. We've got a sell-out crowd. We've got a tournament, and this tournament is not just about putting on a good CHAN. This tournament is about being a dress rehearsal for the Africa Cup of Nations hosting bid in 2025. Because if you're Algeria, you've got the world's, well, the Africa's eyes are on you, CAF's eyes are on you, looking at your stadiums, your infrastructure, how games are operating. If you can impress CAF a month before the decision on February 10th of who is hosting the AFCON, you make it really difficult for them not to give it to Algeria. So unless something went drastically wrong, like a stand fell over or something, Algeria should theoretically be in the driving seat for hosting an Africa Cup of Nations. But let's focus on the CHAN in the here and now. So Algeria against Libya. It is, of course, the local teams. All the players involved in these games are going to be players that, for example, play in Algeria or play in Libya. So it's like a localised Africa Cup of Nations, and it's meant to be a springboard for lots of future talent. And it's crucial for Algeria because Majid Bouguerra, after winning the FIFA Arab Cup, expected to win the CHAN at home as hosts and favourites. Some of these players have got to make the step up to the main national team and give that team a boost. I'm not talking Karim Aribi, right? No, I'm talking the likes of Mrazig in midfield. He could do a job. Could a goalkeeper stand out? Maybe an Alexis Gendouzi. We'll have to wait and see. Could Mezien have a really good tournament and play himself into the Algeria squad? Let's look at the game then. Friday night, 13th of January, under the lights. Kickoff is 8 o'clock Algeria time. The opening game, the only game of CHAN on the opening day in Group A. So we've got Algeria and Libya taking on each other in Group A. Libya's team pretty much all know each other. I think they only all play for about 3 or 4 clubs combined. Of course, the likes of Al Ahly Tripoli, Benghazi, Al Nassr, Al Ittihad, all these clubs, the big clubs in Libya, the ones that are knocking on the door of sort of the CAF Champions League, the CAF Confederation Cup tournaments. These are the sort of players Algeria will be up against, and you have to say on paper Algeria should be dispatching these. Of course, playing a fellow North African team will be easier for Algeria. They tend to do well against the North African sides in comparison to the Sub-Saharan sides, and I think Algeria have to be looking to take 3 points and get the fans, get the whole country lifted. It's really looking nice, the stadiums, the facilities, all the flags everywhere. Give the nation a lift, because if Algeria started with a draw or a loss, it would really not be a good look in my opinion. So I think Algeria will be looking to win this game. Of course, they played one warm-up game in Baraki already. It wasn't sold out. It was about 5,000 people inside or something like that. It was in Baraki. It was against Ghana's local team. It was a 0-0 draw. Yes, they kept a clean sheet, but they'll be looking to build on that solid foundation. And Majid Bouguerra knows what it takes to win a tournament. He's won that FIFA Arab Cup. Yes, he had the likes of Bounedjah and Boulhi, Yusuf Belaili in that squad, but he's got some elements of that in here. He's got some players in this squad that have played in a big Algeria squad, that have been to an Africa Cup of Nations. You know, Laouafi was on the bench against Cameroon. You've got Ben Khatir, who's been to an AFCON. You've got Abdellaoui, who's played a few games under Belmadi. You've got Haitham Loussif, who's been in Algeria squads. In goal, you've got, I think Alexis Gendouzi will get the nod over Sha'al, over Rahmani. He played Gendouzi in goal, started him against Ghana. I'll be surprised if he suddenly takes out Alexis Gendouzi, the CRB keeper, Privit Yusma. Then you've got some experience in that defence. You've got Kadad as well. You've got players that have been knocking on the door of Algeria squads, near Algeria squads in that back four. And then it'll probably be a 4-3-3. I want to see what Mrazig can do in the midfield. He played very well with Bounedjah in the Arab Cup. He will be the main marshalling man now in this Algeria side. And up front, I don't want to see Aribi down the middle. I mean, it's crazy that Aribi started against, I can't remember if it was Mali or Guinea in the main Algeria team, playing with the likes of Mahrez and such and Ben Rahma. And I don't think he's good enough to start for this team, to be honest. I do like Mezien. I think Mezien's a good player. Mahious is a good player. But we'll see what the manager decides to do in this game. I'm sure he's got an idea of his best 11, but I think in these sorts of competitions, it's hard to know your best 11 until your first game's done. If you win, you keep picking that team all the way through. And of course, the tragedy of Ben Hamouda, who probably would have pretty much been in this team had the tragic accident not happened. So I'm sure the players will be dedicating these wins to him and his family as well. But of course it's an opening game, which means an opening ceremony. Expect fireworks. There's going to be Soul King singing. There's going to be Juju singing. You're going to have the likes of African legends present. Didier Drogba will be at the opening ceremony. Yaya Toure, Emmanuel Adebayor will be at the opening ceremony. Asamoah Gyan. And all that's happening in front of the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, who was public enemy #1 when the whole Gassama situation was happening. Now he'll be there, probably be saying a few words as well to open up this CHAN being hosted by Algeria. And Algeria put on a very good Mediterranean Games, now looking to put on a very good opening CHAN game. So we'll be back inshallah after the game to discuss all the fireworks and shenanigans before the game with the opening ceremony, then the game itself, looking at what players picked out. Yes, I really want us to win this trophy, but I want us to host it well, and I want to see what players going forward would be good in that main Algerian national team. So if you think there's any players that we should be looking out for, do leave them in the comments down below. But thank you so much for watching. I'll go Algeria 2-0. Subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.